Title: My wife said, "My ex could go 3 times more per night than you." Not to offend you, but even though his Johnny was a little smaller than yours, in his skilled hands, he did miracles in bed. You should probably take some classes and lose some weight. Start: She said it so casually, like she was commenting on the weather. Not to offend you, she began, always the prelude to offense, but my ex could go 3 times more per night than you. Even though his Johnny was smaller, he knew what to do with it. You should probably take some classes and maybe lose some weight. Her tone was half smirk, half scientific analysis. She didn't look up from her phone, didn't even notice the way my hands froze over the dinner table. That was the moment something inside me shifted. I stood up, tightened my belt, looked her in the eyes, not with anger, not even with hurt, just clarity. Then I left. No shouting, no tears, just silence. The kind that weighs more than any argument. We'd been together 7 years, married for 4. She used to call me her anchor, said I made her feel safe. Funny thing about anchors, they hold you steady until you realize they're the reason you're stuck. There were signs, of course. Late-night texts from friends, sudden gym memberships, the constant glow of her phone, face tilted away from me. I'd convinced myself it was nothing. I wanted to believe I was enough. Love makes you deaf to alarm bells. But that night, her words stripped everything clean. They didn't just insult me, they exposed her. The contempt, the comparison, the quiet rot beneath her perfect smile. So I stopped being her husband that night and started being her reckoning. The first step was to disappear, strategically. I stayed at a hotel under a different name, let her texts pile up. Where did you go? Can we talk? Don't be dramatic. I didn't respond. Silence unsettled her more than anger ever could. Meanwhile, I began collecting, quietly, methodically, photos of her flirty DMs, screenshots of deleted messages, receipts from her yoga instructor. Her affair wasn't an affair. It was an open secret, one she'd been confident I'd never confront. She was right. I wasn't going to confront her. I was going to dismantle her. The plan had 3 parts: exposure, replacement, and removal. Exposure came easy. A shared iCloud account can be a dangerous thing when you forget to disable backups. I had access to everything: messages, photos, even videos. She thought she'd been careful. She wasn't. I created a small group chat. Just her, her boss, her mother, and a few mutual friends. Then, one morning, a folder of highlights dropped in. Time-stamped, watermarked, undeniable. I didn't include a single word, just the truth, curated and polished. Then I deactivated every social media account she had access to, emptied our joint account into my private one, legal considering what I discovered next, and paid off the lease on the house, in cash, my name only. Replacement came next, not with anyone random, with precision. Remember those classes she mocked me about? I took them. Private ones, 3 weeks straight. Physical training, personal styling, and yes, those bedroom lessons. From professionals who don't just teach performance, they teach presence. Turns out revenge feels best when it's disciplined. When she finally came home that day, she looked tired. The kind of tired that comes from trying to rewrite a narrative you no longer control. Her heels clicked against the tile. "You finally came back," she said, forcing a smile. "I was starting to think—" She stopped, because there I was, sitting in the living room, relaxed, confident. 3 women perched comfortably around me, one on the armrest, one across my lap, one standing behind me, her hand on my shoulder. Her eyes widened, darting between them, confusion morphing into recognition. Her college best friend, her favorite coworker, and the yoga instructor. Each of them turned slightly toward her, calm, collected, not a trace of guilt. I smiled. You told me to take some classes. A pause. I took 3. She tried to speak, but her throat closed around the words. By the way, I continued, motioning toward the hallway, your stuff's already packed. The car outside's yours. The papers are signed. I suggest you check your email. Everything's finalized. She blinked, disbelief splintering her composure. You can't. I already did. She looked at the 3 women again, one of whom had just set her drink on the table with deliberate grace. I stood up, tightened my belt, the same one from that night, and looked her dead in the eye. This was never about revenge, I said. This was about lessons. You wanted to teach me something. Turns out, I'm a fast learner. Then I walked past her, left her standing there in a house no longer hers, surrounded by people she once thought she controlled. The fallout was poetic. Her job suspended her for conduct violations. Her mother stopped speaking to her after the video surfaced. Her ex, the miracle worker, dumped her publicly, citing trust issues. Meanwhile, I moved in silence, sold the house, bought a smaller one closer to the coast, started running again, reading, living. Sometimes, late at night, I still hear her words echo. That smug tone, that little smirk. But now it only makes me smile. Because the thing about humiliation is, it's a mirror. It only hurts when you're the one standing in front of it, and she's still staring. If you asked me now whether I regret it, the exposure, the public unraveling, the cold precision of it all, I'd tell you no, not even for a second. Some people deserve forgiveness. Others deserve clarity. She got both. I gave her the truth, stripped bare, no filters, no lies. And I walked away lighter. Because sometimes the best revenge isn't rage, it's evolution. And the quiet satisfaction of knowing the lesson finally landed.